Yes, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Premier League Pandemonium. Yeah, that intro music is a vibe, innit?
Oh, it's absolute vibes, innit? That's why I was here just nodding my head like,
Yeah, more time I'm tempted to put the 5-minute one on just so I can chill in the background. It takes too long, but yeah, big up Jay in the cut. Links in the description as well for him. But big up everyone who's locked in for another episode of Premier League Pandemonium. We haven't got all of our guests in yet. Slav is running late, but he will be here soon. He ain't gonna bowl this one. He ain't like that, but he will be here. But we still have the rest of the panel with us. Oh shit! I just said bottle as well. I didn't even clock. But yes,
yeah, sure, yeah, sure. Yeah.
It was an accident, but I'm not sorry about the accident. Yeah, if you get what I mean. But yes, we got the panel with us now already. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done it. Flawless. First off, how's your week been, bro?
Yeah, man, can't complain. Out here, you know, live streaming. United trying to kill me, but mine is Manchester United. Everything is going great. You know what I'm saying? We beat West Ham, probably in the worst game known to man. Count 3 hours of my life I won't get back. You know what I mean? I feel like I didn't buy a ticket and they owe me money in it. I want a refund and I didn't pay for the game. It was that bad. And obviously the free draw against Everton. But mine is Manchester United. I'm good. Can't complain.
Mine is Manchester United.
Yeah, and Abs as well. Quiet week for you, but how's your week been?
To be honest, the week's been nothing because we played on a Saturday or Sunday and it's been like nothing since then. So I guess my week's been fine because no Arsenal to ruin it. Just make content. That's all it is, bro.
Content.
So, yeah, to be fair, it's not been that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, chill week. No FA Cup football. Sticky one still. But on the topic of FA Cup, Manchester United 1, West Ham 0. What a dreadful game of football. Me and you were sitting there for the watch along and everything, and fucking hell. I'm glad I chilled at you guys because it was a vibe, but watching the football, man, the football was absolutely shocking from start to finish. And you lot, I've said it so many times, you're right when you say it's individual brilliance, FC, because what was that? Your first counter-attack in 105 minutes and you scored.
Something like that. That's us, man. This is what we do. This is why, even though as much as I complain about Manchester United, I predict us to win matches simply because of the players we have. Somebody, more often than not, will come up with a piece of magic or a mistake will happen and we'll score a goal. It was awful. It was awful. And the thing is, our bar in terms of performances is fairly low, and we managed to limbo underneath that. How we've limboed underneath that, I don't know. Because we don't play well in general. Like, we don't have entertaining matches. Even the Everton game 3-3. If you look at the scoreline, you would think, yeah, very entertaining match. If you watched it, it wasn't that entertaining. It was not that good. It wasn't end to end. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Everton Tottenham.
I popped in the second half for that one.
I know what you're like. I know you popped in when it was 2-2 and that. I should have withheld the link. Man popped up as soon as it was 2-2 to chat shit in the watch along.
But yeah, check it out on Sarcasm City, man. The scenes at 3-3, fucking Calvert-Lewin doing the Drogba celebration and everything. Jokes.
Nah, it really wasn't jokes and that. You know what I'm saying? I had to log out. Did the match reaction. I was like, I'm finished. Can't be asked for this shit. That was it.
What?
But yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, what's been the key issue for you then? Has it been in the midfield? Has it been defensively?
Because it's our manager. It's our manager, man. It's our manager, man. I keep saying this, and people are gonna get onto me in the comments. It's our manager.
There's got to be players that are holding you back as well. Because me and Tops were arguing for like how long about Lindelof and Maguire and which one's the real problem in your back too.
Yeah, it was you and JV. It was it's Lindelof.
Oh, JV.
It was JV. Yeah, JV. It's Lindelof. Because the thing is, yes, is Maguire that good? No. Is he the creme de la creme, absolute top centre half? No. But go and look at goals we concede. I want you to, not when we concede the goal, go and look at all the move. I guarantee Lindelof's at fault somewhere. Guaranteed. And if you look at still shots, when we concede goals as well, when you look at still shots, you'll see he's never there. How are you the centre back? Someone's pointing in from 6 yards out and you're not there. Never there. Trust me, I'm telling you, innit? Lindelof is terrible. Absolutely.
So you're saying man just got no influence in the back four whatsoever.
Lindelof tax is a real thing. I'm telling you.
Here's the thing,
it's
though.
A real thing.
Shouldn't the £80 million signing next to him be able to cover a few of those mistakes?
He does cover them mistakes, but what it is, because he's not that good to cover for him all the time. It makes him look bad. That's why he's always the one getting memed. You notice when Maguire's getting memed, he's always by himself. You notice that. Every time he's getting memed, every time he's made a mistake, most about 90% of the time, he's by himself. Where is your centre half? I'm being serious. I'm not even, this ain't no agenda or anything like that. Go and slow down goals when go and slow down the footage when Manchester United score goals, and you'll see Lindelof nowhere to be seen. I'm telling you. 9 times out of 10, he's nowhere to be found. He's not, man. I'm telling you.
It's popular to agree,
yeah. It's popular to bash Maguire because he was 80 million. If Lindelof was 80 million, he'd be getting the same stick. Yeah, it's because he's 80 million and he's English. Anyway? Too much. He was 30 million, 40 million, something like that. Too much. He's awful. And I'm not saying Maguire's the savior, but you got to understand you've got Lindelof next to him, who's absolutely awful. De Gea all last season was pretty much terrible. Shaw was bad last season, and we had no DM. So all 4 positions around him was terrible, and everyone blames Maguire. Is he at fault for some things? Yes, some of the time. But the criticism he gets is way over the top, and Lindelof gets off scot-free. I'm telling you, he gets off scot-free. Look at the goal, De Gea, the one where De Gea dropped it for the first Everton goal in that. Lindelof goes to cover Richarlison and leaves the big gap for the through pass for Calvert-Lewin. Why don't you tuck in and let the pass go out wide to wide?
You're saying Lindelof just leaves this man isolated all the time.
He does
Lewis,
go.
Lewis, it sounds like they could use AC.
Yeah, like maybe AC would be better.
Like the only one we can see in London right now, especially see toy
Here's the thing, even against West Ham in the FA Cup, I think Suyacek or somebody, it was a West Ham player who put a header over from like 6 yards out. And
if you watch at the end of the game or the end of the 90 minutes,
it might have been the end of the 90 minutes. And there's a move and it goes out wide. Maguire's got his man in the middle. Lindelof looks over his shoulder, sees Suyacek behind him, and makes no effort to retreat. And my man puts it over, but Maguire would have got the blame for that. I'm telling you, he's awful. He's awful.
Who have you got next? Because is there any
West
sort
Brom.
of...
West Brom.
For goodness sake. Okay, so we can't even take that into proper account because they're probably going down. Sociedad and Newcastle. All right, so we're going to be keeping an eye on Lindelof for those next 2 games.
Lindelof, watch, man. I'm telling you, he's at fault. I'm telling you.
What about up front, though? How's Martial been recently?
Better, because he scored twice against Southampton. He was involved in the goal. He was good. You know what I'm saying? Minus the one chance he missed right at the end. He's been better. Like I said, he scored twice against Southampton. He was an outlet against West Ham. But the thing is, as a number 9 for Manchester United, you're going to suffer. Doesn't matter if it's your Martial, if you're Cavani, you're Rashford, you're Lewandowski, you're Brazilian Ronaldo 9 in his prime. In this team, you are going to suffer because you get no service. Cavani came on in that game, played for 35 minutes and didn't have one touch in the box.
Was Bruno playing that much?
Yeah, Bruno came on.
Okay, Bruno came on.
Bruno came on.
But how... if he's on the pitch and you lot ain't making chances, I'm asking questions. Then.
We don't make chances. This is the whole point. It's not like Martial is missing 3-4 sitters a game. I'm saying our strikers average 3 or 4 touches in the box per game. Cavani came on and played for 35 minutes and didn't have one touch in the box. What is he supposed to do?
Yeah,
you don't create chances.
You suffer. You've seen that so many times from our strikers.
This is from a guy whose team's just gone through in the FA Cup quarter-final.
There you go, innit?
And it's second in the league, bro. Fucking hell, man.
Because I know how much better it could be. That's why I'm highly critical. Because here's the thing, Babs.
Images in the league table right now. I can't lie.
It's not a false image. Here's the thing. Our results don't lie. Our results have been good. Can't lie on the results because we're second in the league. But our performances, Lord of mercy, do not mirror that. It's not sustainable.
No, that's why it's a false image. Because the results are the results. That's why you're there, because it's a numerical reason. But like you're saying, it's the performances that are the false image.
Yeah, like if you go, like we're the top goal scorers in the Premier League. How many of our players getting a PFA team player, PFA team of the year? Right
you're going back in the comments right about the foot fetish.
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
What's going on? What's my man saying? What is going on?
You guys asking bare times to have a foot fetish, bro.
Do you have a foot fetish?
What?
Not even, bro.
You might as well answer it because you're sharp, didn't it?
What is going on in the world of football YouTube? What is happening?
Bro, I didn't expect 20 hours to come this early, but here we are.
It's a Mazda, it's 6:30, fam. You know what I'm saying? If it was a late show, I kind of understand, man. It's 6:30 on a Friday, fam.
But it's international, isn't it? Some people probably are like late for them.
Oh, yeah. Big up all you guys
watching
around the world. Let us know what you guys are watching down in the comment section as well.
But yeah,
what you said?
Go.
What was I saying? I just got thrown off by that comment, innit? But yeah, man, my week's yeah, my team's been a bit mad because the comment just said there, innit, my thoughts on a certain centre back that plays for my team.
Oh, yeah. It's a sticky one still. Also might have been a sticky one for his mate next year. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yo, I've not discussed this in full yet, but I'm going to. Sunday Sarcasm City podcast people, I'm discussing this in full and that.
Why do we have to give our thoughts on the situation, bro? We saw what it was, isn't it? If you know what it is, you know what it is, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
We have to give a lot I saw it. Look, big up my guy Hugh Wizzy, right? He's my guy, so love his content. But I see him go live literally minutes after the Saliba thing, right? And he's like breaking it down, pausing videos, going, right, do you know, like on Monday Night Football, he goes, like, stop it right there. I mean, he's doing little arrows and all sorts, but like, nah, it wasn't. I was pissed off because I was like, bro, just leave it out. But then I realized, and we were told, the video's from 3 years ago. So technically, people that are sharing a video are sharing videos of minors. Do you know what I mean? So, and if it's 3 years ago,
one for whoever recorded.
If that's 3 years ago, and that's him at 16, 17, come on now.
16, why are you doing that 16, 17? I've not discussed this yet. But why are you doing that 16, 17?
I'm not saying do it, but I'm saying, no, if you're 16, 17, you kind of can excuse it, if you get me, because of he's a kid, basically.
Yeah,
man.
Oh, big up Monster every time.
It's a bit sticky.
Big up Tab as well. Come on, bro.
Sticky, but look, man, we move. And ultimately, his performances on the pitch have been doing the bits. You know, he won Leeds' Player of the Month in his first month there. So keep doing it, man. Keep doing bits, because he's performing very well. And he'll come back to Arsenal as a better player, hopefully. But that's my thoughts on it, I guess. I'm not going to break it down now. I'm going to go, yeah.
I'm just hoping less of those behaviours, please, because there was a lot.
Bro, it was 3 years ago. It was, but even that.
No, so it's just like, how do you get in that situation, though?
I don't know, right? I don't know. But what I'll say, right?
It's a wild situation. I don't care what age you're gonna.
If you look at the kit he's wearing, right? Like the France logo, for example, only has 1 star below or above it, which means it was before the World Cup, 2018. So it's time ago, man. We gotta just let it go. And also with Saliba, someone said Saliba's foot fetish. I don't know. Nah, listen, man. We have to wait and see how it goes. Also, man, he's had a tough year with his whole family as well. So, like, I don't want to jump on this and stop, laughing so much about it. So we'll let's just keep him. Let's just keep it to the football pitch, and we'll see where he goes.
No, to be honest, because I don't think it's gonna go too far in the case of it. Like, it's a big shock when it came out.
Every team has one. Every team has this, or except for Chelsea, I believe. Am I right in saying that? I mean,
we haven't got anything to really hold us down on any of our players except maybe Alonso.
Because you have Greenwood at United with the dodgy videos of him.
Wait! Don't ever go for 10 for Mason. What? Get me? Because he told the girl she was going to get the daddy D.
No, not that one. There's other ones as well. Like from school days. Probably when he's the same age as Saliba in the video. I swear there's bare in locker rooms and all sorts like that, right?
Nah, I've never seen nothing like that.
Lewis has seen it. Lewis don't lie.
Seen what?
The Greenwood videos and him in the changing rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like that?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know, man. Look, if that's his thing, that's his thing.
Obviously, nothing against anyone's sexual preference. I have to throw the disclaimer out. But it was a surprise. It was wild. Like, it's the sort of shit you see in the dressing rooms. Obviously, not to the extent of what you see from Saliba, but
yeah, he went all the way. He went triple X rated.
Wild, didn't it?
Yeah, but Saliba, the guy Snapchatted, right? Again, I'm not gonna go into too much, but you know what I mean. Like,
who was he sending that to? Who was he sending?
I don't know, man. Maybe it was some sort of Snapchat streak or something. I don't know.
Who was his mate sending that to? Because you gotta know the guy jacking it was on his phone as well, snapping himself.
I don't know.
And why is everybody just walking? And you know how you know that's the norm? Because everyone was just moving around casual.
Yeah,
like
everyone was casual.
Nah, and even the guy he filmed, he didn't react to it. He was just like,
he didn't react.
Take it away, man. But yeah. 3 years ago. But yeah, as said, Greenwood has it. I think Tottenham have it with Dele Alli. There's a clip of him,
Yeah.
And Troy Parrott. I mean, so like teams
Troy
have
Parrott,
it,
teams
have it, from it's not just Arsenal.
As well.
What's the Troy Parrott one? I've not seen it. Describe it vaguely.
It all came out of nowhere on the thing on Twitter. And look, it's just again his penis is up basically.
All I want to say is whose academy hasn't been mentioned yet.
Bro, there must be something. There might be some AC video.
La Cobham would never.
There must be some AC video.
Manchester United would never in that. You man said Greenwood was in school. That's not on our watch. Man was in school and that.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Saliba, he didn't play for Arsenal back then.
Greenwood
he didn't play.
I swear that was United.
3 years ago. 3 years ago, he played for 17.
You man said he was school. What was it say again? Yeah, the Arsenal French connection and that same thing. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. You get me?
He was 8 years old, bruv.
That's true, but we moved. Never would happen at Carrington. You get me? Put some respect on it.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah. Actually, I won't speak too much on our academy.
Yeah, let's not go there with it.
Moving on to Arsenal, you lot. I was saying I was waiting for you lot to get a decent run of games, and now it's getting a bit sticky for you guys. You got Ross Barkley
no Saliba.
Field.
Meh.
One mistake from what's his name? Cedric set up the first goal. Other
Quality
than that, you lot were just a bit quiet in attack. Smith Rowe won at his best. Obama disappeared again.
It was a meh game. Like the last 2 losses that we've had, which is mad. Because look, literally just before halftime against Wolves, we're looking on point. We've just drawn United, so we were probably gonna get a win in that Wolves game as well before we got down to 10 men. And it's like things are looking good. And then you go down to 10 men, you lose that game, then you lose against Villa. Now you've lost 2 games in a row, and you've only picked up 1 point in the last 9. Like that's how quickly it changed. But I don't know, man. I think games for Arsenal this season, like they've been awful games for Arsenal, where I can call players out and manager out, for example. But the last 2 games, if you put context in the place, it's just, for example, the Wolves game, you got robbed of it, in my opinion, and then the Villa game, mistakes. One mistake, he lost the game in the second minute of the game, and Villa are such a good defensive side that they've kept the most clean sheets in the league this year, I believe. I've got like one of the, I think, 3rd or 4th best defenses as well. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, the attack was worrying, I guess. But, I think with Arsenal and the manager's point of view, I think his role is to get the ball into the final third. That's where it's always been like that. And we had, I think, 250 touches in the final third, but only 43 in the box. And I think Pep once had a quote when he said as well, he goes, my job as a manager is to get the ball into the final third. What happens next is down to the players and the quality. And we just don't have the quality right now in certain games. But I'm not trying to rant and rave about it, because it was a meh game. And Villa, I guess, deserved the win. But to be fair, we should have had a penalty, by the way, in that game as well. Did you see that clip of Martinez and Lacazette in the box?
Yeah, I saw that.
He's just dragged him down, and then Lacazette gives away a free kick for that somehow. Like, I don't understand.
Lacazette gotta be stronger, man.
Oh, shut up. Was he gonna? Martinez is saying, right, that he pushed him, right? But Lacazette's clearly just standing there, right? His arms are down. Martinez drags him down, and then because he's dragged him and his arms come out like that, basically, he's gonna pushed me. What is he meant to ignore the laws of physics? I mean, is he meant to stand up with that? So yeah, man, it is what it is, isn't it? We move with it. We got a game on Sunday, and we got a win there, and we got. To be fair, the Europa League is the main priority now, anyways, and that starts on Thursday again. So we'll see where it goes.
Oh, top 4 hopes not looking so good now.
You never know. I'm not gonna rule anything out. I ain't gonna rule anything out because look, a week ago, Arsenal and Chelsea were on the similar points, right? Or same points, I think I'm right in saying. Same points, same games. 3 games or a week later, sorry.
New manager as well.
Yeah, but you've had easier games as well. Sheffield United away and Tottenham with Harry Kane. Yeah, but Tottenham with Harry Kane is basically Burnley.
Where's Slav, man, innit? I feel like his representative.
I'm not going to sit here and defend Tottenham, innit? So if you're going to slander them, cool.
I mean, Tottenham have had a poor start, few weeks as well since the Arsenal game. So beating Tottenham right now is, it's difficult. But listen, man, do you know what? Like, I'll ask you a question, right? With Tuchel, I don't know what the game yesterday, but I saw the stats. And I saw that I think you lot conceded 14 shots against Barnsley, right? And you had 1 shot on target all game.
Yeah, they were, Babs, right? It was a Ziyech and Pulisic disaster classes and that. Them man struggled.
Nah,
you know
so what I'll say with Chelsea, right? I know you've had a few wins, and obviously your fans are backing the manager, which rightly so. He's a new manager, but don't you think you would have won the same games with Lampard anyways?
Nah, I thought we would have lost the Wolves game, to be honest, because our game management was way better.
Wolves posed no threat.
Wolves had like 2 counter-attacks. But they were good counter-attacks. Neto, if he had a little bit of a better dip on that chip, he would have put it 1-0. Like, that was literally the only decisive point. But I thought we handled the game way better than we did with Lampard.
We were down to 9 men against Wolves, and we looked perfectly fine. They didn't look like scoring a goal. That's how poor they are as a team. They beat Arsenal, obviously, with the red card and down to 9 men. But then they lost against Hampton. I think they lost the game after that as well. So they're not a good side. You probably would have beaten them, in my opinion, right? Sheffield United, you probably would have beaten them as well. Tottenham away, Lampard's done it before against a better Tottenham side.
Sheffield United probably gave us the toughest game out of anybody else in the league table. I don't think we're the one that either with Lampard.
The other one
Spurs, we might have beaten Spurs because they look absolutely horrendous.
All I'm saying with Tuchel is okay, look, he's won the games he's had in front of him, so you can't really argue with that. But there are little signs of fraudulence, let's just say, and little glimmers of, you can see things kind of.
Nope. Let's delve deep into this. I want to know these glimmers. What are these glimmers of fraudulence?
I think right now you're playing pointless position football. Sometimes in certain games, it's just pass. Fair enough, keep the ball. But what are you doing with the ball? What's the movement? What's the game plan? What's the trademark Tuchel goal? Is it a cross? Is it a counter attack? Is it a passing move and get it to the byline and cross it back? Like, what is it? Because I know what Mikel Arteta's is, which is to get to the byline and cross it back, cut it back for goals. That's what always is. That's what
I feel like we attack the mid space of the pitch a lot more. And there's forward passes, but if anything, I think our problem's the final third. It's not in midfield and it's not in defence, in my opinion. It's just passes forward, and our ability in the final third has just still been weak. Like, we aren't making the most of the chance we make, or the final pass isn't good enough. But we're retaining possession more, we're dominating games more, and that's something we weren't doing under Frank Lampard. It's the first week or two under Tuchel, so I don't expect too much. But we're doing way better as a team than I've seen us do since November or early December.
Oh, Chelsea look miles better. I've said this. Chelsea do look better. As much as it pains me to admit,
that's why you can't tell me why we'd be doing better under Frank Lampard. Wolves, I'm sure we would have drawn or lost that under Lampard. Sheffield United, I'm sure we draw or lose that under Frank Lampard. Spurs,
you lose.
Where it's like Barnsley,
maybe you do, man.
Maybe because I feel we play a stronger team for Barnsley under Lampard.
Because the only reason why I said that is because obviously when you get a new manager, you get the new manager's bounce. So I will not look at Tuchel's first 10 games and go, okay, he's a world-class manager, right? Unless I see some madness, basically. But what's your games coming up now? I think you got Leicester on the weekend, don't you?
I'll get the games up on the screen now. After Southampton, it gets a bit difficult.
Yeah, so like you said with Mikel Arteta a few weeks ago, it's the same with Tuchel. I want to see how he does against better coaches, better teams, and teams that are better coached in general. And can the ball possession remain in those games? Can you make more chances? Because one shot against Barnsley, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah, one sec. Sorry, my screen is just frozen.
They were bad still. Nah, they were. Like, I watched them against Barnsley and they were awful. But before that, they've been good. And I'm not a big fan of Tuchel like that, but you can see the difference he's made in it.
Let's start the slander. Start the Chelsea slander, mate. We can do it now. He's good. Right, listen, mate. Chelsea, you lot here, mate.
You get me? He's frozen. He's frozen like Timo Werner in front of goal. That's what it is. Disappeared like Havertz and that.
The comments are ripping me apart with Arsenal. They're going Arsenal bottom off, this and that. Listen, man, I'm just giving my thoughts and opinions, innit?
Let's go.
My thoughts and opinions, and it is what it is, man. You can disagree with it all you want.
There we go. All right, cool. There's our next few games.
Here we go.
Someone said Bavia just saw he talked to Brighton and Fulham and them, man.
Yeah, it's fine. I knew it would come, man. Do you know last night, right? Lewis was streaming, I think, on his channel, right? And I came over for like a minute just at the bottom. I just put a comment saying that I think Tammy's better than Team or something like that. And Tuchel ball one shot on target. And the people on the panel were just going, "Oh, Arsenal bomb." Like I said, listen. I said, all I want you to is to be like this, arrogant, cocky, laugh, because it's hurt you before, it can hurt you again. That's
why I'm not getting too gassed about.
No, you were. Don't chat, bro. I got the clips now, bro.
Get the clips up.
Right, you need to learn your lesson as well, man. Not give this humble lesson and not
that
humble
was
yourself.
these, man. I've already said I want to see what we do against Southampton.
I think someone said the perfect line where someone goes, "We've got a manager now. Okay, that's fine.
Well, I say that and I stand by that because we do have a proper manager now. That's what the problem
So you're
was.
dissing Frankie. Saying on, man. Saying subliminal shots to Frank Lampard.
I won't say it's subliminal shots, but it's true. We need an experienced manager. We said we have the squad for it. If the squad don't work, it's because the manager isn't working. Because we walked into the season saying we have a squad that can compete for the title. And I still stand by that. This squad is good enough. It's just if the players aren't performing, it's because of the manager's system. That's why it's not working.
Fair enough.
And that's what the results show as well.
Yeah, I've seen a few games of Tuchel. I watched the Sheffield United game, which was good, I guess. Mason Mount's did well. But, you know, there's still things I need to see from him, in my opinion. And that's just me, innit? But you can call me salty, it's fine, innit?
No. It's early in, so I don't expect you to take too much from Tuchel anyway. Especially with the run that we've had. We've faced 4 teams that parked the bus.
Have you seen that photo of Mourinho with his notebook out and he's making notes, basically?
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I'm just making little... Oh, yeah, okay. One shot on target. Yep. Cool.
No, but this is why I'm happy, but I'm still weighing. We faced 4 teams that parked the bus. No. I'll give Sheffield United credit because they gave us a proper game. But I'm also happy that we took that game and still left with 3 points. Because under Frank Lampard, I don't think we would have done that. Southampton will be a decent test, though, because they'll come out and give us a match too. Atletico are one of the best teams in the world, so I'm already looking forward to that match as well. That's going to be the biggest test under Tuchel. And then you lot 3 days afterwards. If we can go through that week with a decent...
Them lot.
No, United.
Fair enough.
In trouble, quaking in their boots and that. They don't want to see us.
After that, Leeds United and Everton. If we get past that run of games...
You just said if we get past that run of games, just as quickly as it's changed and turned around for Chelsea, it can go back down there just in the matter of a week.
It can.
So
I just don't... I'm not really as anxious as I was a few weeks ago. Under Lampard in the last few weeks, I was sitting there like, shit, we got Leicester City. Fuck, we got Aston Villa. Every game I'm going there, I'm not confident. Players weren't playing for him.
That's all.
That Leicester game was the biggest example of it. Because they knew Lampard's job was on the line. They played like a pre-season game. They didn't care.
And then Tuchel's come in and he's putting players that Lampard wasn't playing, like Alonso, who is a world-class striker, by the way. What a player he is. You got Rudiger coming back in the team. So look, I think the players, Tuchel's just keeping him happy, innit? He's going, yo, man, all the players ain't playing. You're coming in now. Like Hudson-Odoi, for example.
But that's one of the things Lampard had to do as well, which he couldn't do. He was losing favour with all the fringe players. The players that are playing regularly were still believing.
That's where you kind of have to give Oli and Arteta credit, where no matter how bad it got for both managers, they've always kind of taken the blame themselves. They never had to put on the players. Whereas Lampard, every week, players.
Yeah, Ollie's man management is on point.
I've always said that, yeah.
Ollie's man management is very, very, very good. If he had someone tactically astute next to him, I'd be happy because his man management, the players love him. The players do like him.
I still put part of that more on the board as well because our squad is massive. And in my opinion, there's too many players to keep happy in this squad. Obviously, you still need to try and keep the majority happy, and you're always going to have those unhappy players. But we've got 4 goalkeepers, 3 left backs, 5 centre backs, 6 centre mids, 3 strikers as well, and 4 wingers. He ain't going to keep everybody happy in that team.
Mad, you know.
They've got Masonda in their books, by the way. Like Charlie Masonda, 5-star skills and skill thing, week, and then you got Van Ginkel. What's his name?
You must still got Van Ginkel.
And we're struggling to sell half these players because we put them all on massive.
They still got that. What's that left? Was it left? What's his name? There's a left back. Baba Rahman. There you go. They got
I think he's on loan, but I'm not sure. He's either on loan or he's a...
I would love to know the amount of players Chelsea still got on loan, bro.
Hella players on loan. All 25 players on that. You know what I mean? Enough players on loan.
Them all out. Chelsea loan.
Because Van Ginkel was a baller for a couple of years at PSV.
Yeah, he was their captain as well.
Someone said he's played more games for Netherlands than he's played for Chelsea.
Basel.
How many plays?
Yeah.
I don't think he's had a minute for us.
Yo, I'm surprised Winston Bogart ain't still on your lot books. You get what I'm saying? And that ballers like him.
Is it Giovanni? I don't know what his name is, but something like that. I think he's a good player. You know, he got goals.
Right, here's our loan players. 3 goalkeepers on loan. We got
Who's that Donny in the middle? Chalobah. What was that? Yo, it looks like a rapper.
No, it looks like XX. Oh,
I was just saying.
Fucking, how many defenders we got on?
You got Zappa Costa.
Victor Moses.
Victor Moses.
Where's Victor Moses?
Throwbacks, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said Malang Sarr.
Where's Victor Moses?
Gay as well, who's balling out at Swansea. Big him up.
Victor Moses?
Bakayoko. We've
Zappa
got a
Costa.
photo of him in the new kit.
They got a team. Loftus-Cheek and Drinkwater, you know. And
I thought you man sold Loftus-Cheek. That's mad.
Ampadu as well, you know.
He's on loan.
And that's just midfielders, by the way.
You got a semi-decent midfield 3 in here.
You got a squad out on loan, bro.
You do have a squad.
You got
a squad.
But Shwai as well, yo, you could make a team out of that. 100%.
This team would finish above Arsenal's and that. You know
Shut up. Shut up, man. Wait, is Kennedy a fool? I thought Kennedy was Is he Brown? Isn't he like 25 now or something?
He might be, you know.
Arsenal need to look at this, man. Maybe Arteta can get a couple of these men alone and that.
Hang on. Wait, let's make a team there. Right? Go back to the goalkeeper. You got Jamal Blackman. You got Nathan. Who's the best there? Who's the best there?
Probably Jamal Blackman.
Alright, we'll go with Blackman. Who's right back?
Right back. Or Zappa Costa. Victor Moses, surely. Victor Moses, Premier League winner. Left back Baba Rahman. Even he's got a Premier League title to his name.
Left back Baba Rahman. I'm going Gay and Tomori as our 2 centres.
Tomori, okay.
Malang Sarr at centre back, you know. He's a good player.
In midfield,
Bakayoko, surely.
I get him out. Nah,
Nah, drink water. It'd be drink water, Barkley, Loftus-Cheek. That's
a
the
good
three.
midfield three.
No.
Well, it would have been back in 2015.
Conor Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek, in my opinion.
Okay, this is your team, so you know.
Ampadu, maybe?
All right, Ampadu.
Even his loan options, he's got options, bro. He's got squad.
Yeah, he's got squad depth in there.
The only thing is the wingers, bro. We got no wingers in.
How is he got squad depth?
No, we can play. Let's play wing backs then if we got no. Yeah, let's do a wing back thing. We ain't gonna do a Lampard thing. We'll change the formation in it. Let's go because with wing back you can play.
You got flexibility in this team.
Got flexibility. You can play Victor Moses as wing back or Zappa Costa. You know what I'm saying?
You got Batshuayi, bro.
Batshuayi, and I think we
You got Kennedy out wide as well.
Kennedy's our only winger, so he goes.
You could probably play Loftus-Cheek out wide as well because he plays with Fulham.
Yeah. Loftus-Cheek can play in the wing too.
Got options, man. Like I said, this team at least finishes 7th or 8th. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
How can a team?
I big up the loan army. Look at all these options we got, bro.
It's not fair, bro. There's some.
Drink water,
money laundering going on somewhere, bro.
Money we got half of these guys on as well. Batshuayi's on 100k a week.
So what's happened here, right?
On 100k a week. Bakayoko's on 100k a week, or he's on near that. Zappa Costa's on about 60k. How many other Deadwood players do we have on these sorts of wages? Kepa's on 180 or something like that. Or 150 or something wild. Like, we can mock Manchester United and you guys' wage structures are madness, but we ain't doing much worse.
Yeah, serious but we don't have options of it. You have a lone squad, like not just a lone 11, like it's a squad. We were going through that, trying to pick who changing formations. You could play 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3.
I think the reason why with Chelsea is they don't sell players like that. Well, they do sell players. Obviously, they have sold players, but in terms of like these players that come through the academy, just stay and stay and stay and stay, and maybe once the right price comes, they sell them. They don't. If you're not getting the right price, you're not selling the player. But players like Izzy Brown and so, you got to get rid of them, surely.
I think with Chelsea is that we always push to make profit. So that's also half the reason why we've held so many of our players now, because of the pandemic, no one can buy players at the actual rate, and no one has money because everyone's making losses. But because we had the transfer ban money and the Hazard Morata money, that's why we could spend so much too. But that's why we were also saying, all right, cool, you want Jorginho? He's still 55 million, my guy. You want Kepa? We need something close to the fee of his original 72 million fee, which was a laugh in itself. Bakayoko, we're pushing for 30 million, even though he's on nearly a year left on his contract. Batshuayi had to give him an extra contract extension just so we could try and sell him next year. But that's half the thing. That's why our team's so big as well, because we always push for profit. That's why we also sell at good prices. We always sell a player at a decent price.
Fair enough. I think if it worked for you, why not keep it that way, innit?
Exactly that. Where is Slav, by the way? Because this is nearing 7, bro. This guy ain't gonna try ditch on us. One thing I wanted to ask you as well. Fucking your run of games coming up is looking rough. Up until the end of April, me and Flawless were talking about this earlier as well. Your run of games is looking peak. I'll get up on the table as well.
Yeah, get up on the table.
What are your thoughts on the next 5 games? Leeds United, Man City, Leicester, Burnley, and Tottenham. And don't forget you got Benfica in between the Man City game and Leicester game.
It is what it is. That's football, innit? And I look forward to games like that, to be honest, because as a football fan, I want to see good teams play against Arsenal. And most of the teams there, except for your Man Cities, Arsenal can beat. Arsenal can easily beat these teams, So it's not like, we should be beating Leeds at home, regardless of what Leeds are and how good they might be. The only team I'm looking at there and going, okay, that will be a difficult one that you really probably can't win, is Man City. Leicester, as good as they've been, they're beatable. They definitely are beatable, In certain games,
their home record ain't been all that this season.
Yeah, Benfica is the difficult one, even though they're not being the best of form. But, you look at it and go, maybe Arsenal can win that. Burnley away, again, it is difficult, but you should win that. And Tottenham at home is Tottenham at home, And we normally beat Tottenham at home. So, it looks difficult.
Spurs ain't been good. And don't forget West Ham and Liverpool straight after that too.
Yeah, no, it is difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's the games you want as a fan.
Oh, were you man just going through to see that Chelsea loan squad, what games they could win in that? You know what I mean? Let's pitch them up with Arsenal's fixtures in it. See how many they win in that. They're above 11.
No, but you lot, because you know what the North London derby is going to be like as well. Spurs, if they're even in bad form and serve Jose Mourinho, they're going to turn up.
Yeah, but see the last time when they beat us in like earlier season, Yellow beat us 2-0 and everyone played it a Jose masterclass. It was nothing like that. He got a goal on a counter attack from a long shot and a goal on a counter attack where a player walked off injured. That was it. But it became masterclass because it's Mourinho. So I never feared Jose like that. Even though Arsenal got such a bad record against him, it's always he kind of just gets away with it somehow. Maybe under prime Jose at Chelsea when you had that title winning team, second one, that was like, this is the prime Jose. That's difficult. But even at United and against Tottenham, his record is like he normally gets draws against Arsenal nowadays. Doesn't get that many wins. I know he beat us last time, but it's not as dominant as it used to be. If you get me. But yeah, we definitely need to beat Donny because it's a sticky one still. I think that's the only top 6 manager Arteta still needs to beat, or big 6 manager. Sorry.
Him and Thomas.
Well, yeah, he hasn't played Tuchel yet either. But yeah, in the times when he played Lampard. So look, man, I look forward to the games. I'm here to watch them, man. Here to make content about it, and that's the job, innit? So.
I hear that. Flawless, what about you? What are your thoughts on Arsenal's next few run of games?
So who they got? They've got Leeds this weekend, which is going to be very interesting because that is literally attack versus defense. You know what I mean? Who's coming out on top?
What, right? You say that.
Very interesting. Go on.
Say that. Arsenal are going to rest players for that. We're going to rest.
You reckon so?
100. No, we
really?
So Partey is already out injured. Confirmed.
Okay.
Same with Tierney, both out of the game. So you've lost 2 of your main players. Smith Rowe probably rested because he played so many games. But saying that, it's been a week since the last game, so that kind of helps us out. But Lacazette probably won't start. I think Aubameyang will start, which is it's not really a bad thing, is it? Centre back, you can rest Holding, and But our team will be worse. We have no Partey, no Tierney. Without Partey and Tierney, we are.
Yeah, you are there too.
Partey and Tierney, right, have played 5 games this season to get in the Premier League. 5 games.
Oh yes.
Out of 20
Yes,
areas.
I wasn't going to make it back in time, so I've had to just do it in the car.
Yeah.
It's calm, man. Slav came through with the pink hoodie and that. I respect it and that. You get what I'm saying? I respect it.
Safe, stay flawless. How are we all doing?
Yeah, we're
Good,
all
man.
good.
Good.
We're all good.
Slav, let me get
This is
straight
the
away.
best I could do.
Slav,
man.
have you parked up in a car on your phone, right? All that to get bantered for Tottenham.
Technically, I'm like 10 minutes from my yard, but I realised by the time I got home and got in and set my laptop up, no chance.
Alright, fair enough. Respect it, man.
I hear it
is.
anyway. Slav,
Yeah, man,
thanks
it's
for
good to-
jumping on. The link to his Twitter is down in the description
Okay,
below
bro.
to everyone who hasn't checked it out anyway. But yeah, we might as well go straight into it and talk about it. It ain't no, you beat what's his name, West Brom, so we'll give you your flowers for that. But the performance in the cup, I will say, at the very least, takes a lot of the blame away from Jose Mourinho because it was a lot of individual errors that cost the result.
Mate,
But
that game
what
was
you guys
mental.
thoughts? It's been another rough week for you, still.
It could get rougher tomorrow, that's for sure. But I'm not really too.
They
I'm
got
not
City.
really too fussed.
Yo,
I'm
alive. I'm here.
I'm not really fussed about tomorrow. Firstly, because whatever. I mean, we've got to play them at some point, and I think, and yeah, just tomorrow. I'm just get it over with. Whatever the result is, I don't really care as long as it's not 7-0. Yeah, Wednesday night was a weird one because going forward we looked really good. I mean, we scored 4 goals away from home, which is at Everton as well, which is good. But we conceded 5, which is not good. So I mean, it's weird. We've got one of our positive sides, despite the boring football, we've been okay defensively, but Wednesday night was just a shambles at the back. We missed Reguilon badly at left back, but the centre half were poor again. Although Davinson Sanchez scored twice, which is bizarre. But yeah, it was a weird one. I thought we looked excellent going forward, especially with Harry Kane on for the best part of an hour. And we looked even better when he came on going forward. But it is what it is. I mean, it would have been nice to carry on in the FA Cup, but I guess it is what it is. We lost. We're out. 2 competitions left and top 4 to try and get. And yeah, I mean, West Brom I thought was okay, but it was one of like there's no 3 points. So clean sheet and 3 points is sort of the minimum to that at the end of the day when you're but we aren't as bad as we were when I sat here a week ago with you guys, which I guess is better. we're
3
still,
more points on the board, I guess.
Yeah, I mean tomorrow's sort of a write-off for me. Like I just wanted to see a bit of cohesion and a bit of organisation. But the big game I think is on Thursday when we play Wolfsburger, and then next weekend when we have West Ham. Yeah, I'm not really too fussed. I think we can all agree City have pretty much won the league. So if tomorrow whatever happens, and then from then I want to see a good run of form after tomorrow, and hopefully we can put that together because yeah, I mean like I said, we look better. And players coming back from injury as well will always be a boost. But still, I'm still not happy. I just think we have been better, which is an improvement.
Yeah, but are you sure you're not that confident for Manchester City? Because these are the sort of games that Jose likes anyway. Away at top six side, it seems a nice little 0-0 draw. I can't lie. I don't think you lot will just go out there and lose.
Don't get beat.
No,
I think we'll lose. But
Jose loves this, man. You're thinking about it, but no one thinks they're going to win. What?
Yeah, but they've only beaten us. They beat us 1-0 3 days after we knocked them out of the Champions League first half goal. It was in a game that no one really cared about because, in a game we didn't really care about because we just knocked out the Champions League. It was both teams were knackered after that 4-3 2 days later, and we lost 1-0. So that was I can't remember the last time they beat us. Other than that, they beat us 4-1.
You do have a good record against them.
That's the thing.
2017, I think. We got a really good record against them. Beat them 2-0 in November, 2-0 last February. Got a draw at their place last year. Beat them at their place a few years back when Eriksen scored. Drew 2-2 at their place a couple of years ago when we were 2-0 down. So we've got a good record against them. But they look unstoppable at the moment. Although they have a couple of injury problems ahead of tomorrow. Rodri, Ruben Diaz are meant to be fit, but they had a problem in the week. De Bruyne's out, Ake out, Aguero, he's not going to play. You never know, but I'm not exactly holding my breath.
I still think, though, this is a sort of fixture that Jose likes. And also the sort of mood going into a big game when nobody gives him any sort of chance of getting a win. He likes this us against them mentality.
It was like that against you lot, though. Was that not the same thing when Chelsea played Spurs recently? And you really. Like Chelsea rolled them over. Was there?
No, but there was a bit more of a question mark. No, going into the game because it was still Tuchel's first big test as a manager, and Chelsea also still hadn't beaten a top six side going into the game. So it wasn't like massive confidence on Chelsea's part. It was just more like Spurs are in terrible form. We still need to go there and get a result. Man City, it's like
have I missed the Chelsea conversation? Did I miss it?
No, we barely even got into that, to be honest.
No?
I just wanted to say you got battered by Barnsley.
Aye, we're still in the cup. So,
mate, it's not you can't sit there and beating Barnsley 1-0.
We're undefeated under Thomas Tuchel. It is what it is. Heavily rotated side.
Lewis is the king of spin, you know. I want you as my lawyer, if I ever go to court. You are the king of spin.
The king of spin, bro.
The king of spin.
What was that?
You played Pulisic, Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, Kante, Christensen, Reece James came on.
All except the back three goalkeeper in the league. All in the league.
Players
all
are multi-internationals.
All of these players don't
start for their countries.
They don't start for Chelsea. Except the back three because we have two players out.
Cooley Woodrow nearly done you over. That's
big word, nearly. Now everyone's going to forget about his name in a week. So it is what it is.
Have you ever seen a honeymoon period like this? This is going to be hilarious when it ends.
Bro, you're going to end up eating these words on Tuchel, honestly, man.
We're going to, you know what? We're going to find out about him. That's what we're going to find out. Because, like, I'm unsure if he's that good. But he is better than Lampard. He is better. He is better than Lampard. So I think Chelsea will comfortably finish in the top four. What they'll win, they could win the FA Cup. We'll soon find out.
Possession football from Chelsea yesterday. It is what it is, but we've always been poor in the final third. We've still been poor in the final third under Tuchel. I don't mind us having more possession because it beats us absolutely getting battered on the ball like we were under Frank Lampard. I'd rather us control the game. Yeah, we didn't have our best performance against Barnsley. Most of these men ain't starting the next game, so I don't care too much. We'll still go and beat Newcastle.
No,
so...
I get that. I get that. But people like Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech together cost, what, £100 million?
they ain't been on it. They ain't been on it.
I don't even think Barnsley Football Club is worth.
Season. It is what it is.
I don't even think Barnsley Football Club is worth £100 million.
Hey, Barnsley fans don't have that. Kind of disrespectful.
Not, but as players, they haven't been up to it in the recent weeks. I ain't going to say too much about it. Ziyech has been question marks on where he fits in Tuchel's system anyway, and he didn't really give himself a good showing yesterday. Pulisic, I don't know whether he's still trying to change up his style of play or if he's still worried about himself in case he gets another hamstring injury. But he hasn't looked like the same player this entire season anyway. But I don't care. This season's just about making sure he doesn't get injured. I don't care about his influence on the team.
Pulisic's made of glass. He had injury problems at Dortmund as well.
Yeah, he's had 20 different muscular injuries, which is why I'm saying I don't want us playing this guy more than once a week. If he comes on and as a stinker against Barnsley, whatever, he ain't going to play the next game. He probably won't play the game after that. I don't care. As long as he stops getting regular injuries, that's all I care about. Otherwise, we're just going to lose him to injuries and he'll be the next Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Babs, you are far too quiet.
What's this super chat about? What's Arsenal's next 7 league fixtures? What's Govan talking about? What's going on?
Oh, it's the ones we went through. They've got Leeds next, then City, then Leicester, then Burnley, then Spurs, West Ham, Arsenal, and then it's an easy run to the end of the season. Except
Arsenal fight for the top 10 is on.
Even Elgin Alioski taking the piss out of Arsenal, by the way, which I thought was hilarious.
You're on mute, my guy, still.
Good chat, Babs.
Oh, shit. Nah, I said let him. I said let him talk, bruv. Let him talk. You know, if he wants to talk, let him talk. And, you know, on Sunday we'll do our talking. You can chat shit about Pepe what he wants, bruv. He's a little fraud anyways. Clown.
Who, Pepe? Yeah, you're right.
Nah, bruv. That little Alioski pussy, bruv.
Who's Alioski?
I think he's
having a good season.
Basically, right, here's the context, right? Here's the context. Right? You see the player that got Pepe sent off in the Leeds Arsenal game a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, right,
so he's been basically... Patrick Vamp gave an interview to Leeds podcast, and he said that he spoke to Alioski, and Alioski was saying, I'm looking forward to Sunday's game, and Bamford asked him why, and he goes, because I'm going to play against my friend Pepe again. So he's basically kind of mocking, oh, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to it almost. Fair enough.
It is just a bit of banter, mate.
Yeah, mate, banter's banter unless you hold an L. So we'll see if it's banter.
Hey, let's go in it. Go on. Babs, say the line, man.
I want Pepe to see that content. I want Pepe to see that, quote and go, okay, say no.
Yeah, man, Babs, get it off your chest and call him a cheat and say you hope Leeds get relegated. Call him a cheat and say you hope Leeds get relegated.
You're a cheat, man. No, you're a cheat. We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't want to do too much talking in it. I want to see what my team does in it.
Interesting. What?
He said, "Go on, Babs."
I said, "Go on, Babs."
This is Chelsea's time, man. Tuchel's time to shine against Barnsley. So go for it, mate.
Now we got Newcastle United next. The easy run of games continues, so we can rack another 3 points.
Say it easy, mate. Joe Willock coming for you, mate.
Now. Chelsea are gonna win with a clean sheet.
You wouldn't have loaned them out.
The only reason Chelsea are gonna win that game now is because Callum Wilson's out for 8 weeks.
I'm not even taking that too serious because knowing our record, he'll be back in time for Monday.
Yeah, Callum, you probably play against Andy Carroll or Joe Linton. So you get away with that. I'll tell you what. Newcastle behind the striker, the 3 players behind him.
West Ham reject, bruv.
Say Maximin, Almiron, Willock. Those are 3 good players, man. They work. They might call you.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. They got Bruce Ball tactics. So
hey, listen, man. You never know with Bruce Ball. You just never know. Don't doubt it.
Did you not struggle with Bruce Ball?
No, we battered them.
Yeah, we should be fine.
I'm just no, but they didn't have Sir Maximin and Willock then. They had no threat going forwards.
No, Saint Maximin though. Every single time we
That's
play,
bare
it's like-
disrespectful, man. Man said,
Oh, flawless.
"Did you show him?" He said,
Nah,
"Yeah."
nah, flawless. As I said, right. Let him disrespect, bro. When it turns up on your grave on Sunday, bro, he's coming for you, bro, or Saturday, whenever it is.
Be disrespectful respectfully, innit? That's what I like about it, innit?
That's always respectful disrespect. That's always.
Yeah, it is. Go on, Slav. What was you saying?
Saint Maximin. Then he comes on against us and does nothing.
Everyone keeps asking me my thoughts on Mikel Arteta. Did you man see that poll an Arsenal Twitter account did with him? I think he has like 100k followers.
What is it?
And he did a poll of, so it was, hey, can I get on screen? Let me get on screen first. But it was basically essentially it was about Mikel Arteta and whether Arsenal fans back him or not. And there was 3 options. I think option 1 was sack him right now, he's not good enough. Option B, or option 2, option B was essentially that you don't sack him until the end of the season and see what he does. And then option C is give him till the summer and beyond, regardless of the season's results. Now, okay, let me show you the percentage results. Okay, it's a bit mad, I can't lie. Right, let me share my screen. I mean, I'm low key surprised, but then again, I ain't at the same time either. So, right, Lewis, get on screen.
Yeah.
Option. You can see what I voted for.
Fan base, by the way, bro.
What is it? What is your current
You
position
can
on
see
Mikel
what I voted
Arteta?
for.
Option A,
Six.
enough is enough. We need to change managers now. B, give him time till the end of the season and judge based on that. Option C, give him the summer window and beyond, regardless of the season's result. Rah! I'm surprised C topped that. That's mad.
Now, the reason why I voted C was just, I was like, yeah, just go for it. Why not? But I didn't expect that. The reason why I voted C, right, is because, say, for example, Arteta turns around, right, and in a year's time, Arsenal doing better, I can post that post like, yo, man, look, I voted C. Yeah, I backed him, right? I backed him, just in case.
Guy thinks he's slick.
If it don't work out, no one needs to know about it. But like, all jokes aside, listen, I was very shocked by that. But it just goes to show, right, the Arsenal fans that are Arteta out, while they're there, obviously, and they're entitled to their opinions, they're a very, very, very small minority. But they're very loud. That's all it is. And all the... Go on.
I was just gonna say, 6 years ago, could do the exact same poll, but just take Arteta's name out and put Wenger's in.
You could. Listen, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say, right? And I think, look, the 2 comments that came out of this, either some people saying Arsenal fans... Look, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If Arsenal fans had voted for A, get him out of the club right now, we're like, oh, your fans are not trusting the process. Oh, you're no negative, right? Whereas
No, we wouldn't say you're negative though. I'd say because I'd think you lot need a more experienced manager anyway. So I'd be like, cool.
Guarantee you, it goes both
understand.
ways.
You're realistic. That's what I'd be
It goes
saying.
both ways. I think, look, let's be honest, the safest option is option B, but that's who likes safe
Nah.
stuff, bruv? Who likes going, take the risk, bruv?
You know who likes
Take the
safe
risk.
stuff? Your manager and that. You know what I'm saying? And that. You seen the way you lot play. 11 men behind the ball and that. Your manager likes safe options.
Utter bollocks. If you watch Arsenal play, and look, as I said, it's all context. If you watch Arsenal play, structurally, the team-wise, getting the ball to the final third, and in general, in terms of that, it's actually on point. It's not the manager's fault sometimes when individual players constantly
It's on point.
down, like Cedric, for example. I always think, most of the time it's on point. Certain games that most of the games we lost this season. Sometimes we've been outclassed, like Man City, for example. But most of the games we've lost individual errors, players missing their chances, red cards, for example. So yeah, obviously managers get blamed for certain decisions like bringing on William over Martin. Fair enough. Yeah, I know we have. But the whole point
February.
yeah, I know we have. I've never once said, right, that, hey, Mikel Arteta deserves a contract extension, right? But, listen, man, I back my manager.
Babs made some great points, yeah. The man says, you lost 10 games, yo. You better at 11.
No, I hear his point.
Bruv, this coming from the same blood clot club, right, that fucking puts out merch for Carabao Cup finals, bruv. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, drive away right now.
You put one out for the fucking...
Drive away, bro. Drive away. Yeah, it's a European final, bruv. You got Carabao Cup fucking bottle openers and sorts, bro. Get out of here, bruv.
You had it for the
Get out of here,
Cup
bruv.
as well when you got back.
Are you not embarrassed, bruv?
Remember when you put in the most embarrassing cup final performance ever?
Oh, look at it, bruv. Look at it. Lewis Scott, bro. You know what I mean? Man said Carabao Cup finalist, bruv. I'm telling you, you will have a parade if you win that cup, bruv. You will have like you had for Gary Bale, bruv. You had a parade for Gareth Bale outside the training ground, only for him to get less goals than Gabriel Magalhaes and Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah. He has less goals than Eddie Nketiah. Oh, come off it, man.
Oh my God. I love this show.
for a geezer that can't even stay fit for more than 2 games.
Oh yeah, look, let's blame injuries now. Gareth Bale's playing golf, bruv, and you had parades for him. Bale.
But Bale was known for his
Bruv,
injuries.
and that's your club legend, bruv. Yeah, that's your club legend, bruv. How many trophies did you have at Tottenham? Your club legend, bruv. Go on, give me it. Give me it. What, 1 Carabao Cup? Come off it now. Come off it now.
Eyes, G. Your club.
No,
I need to drive by yo. This is
coming from you.
You're 11.
Your club, you're right. My club isn't what it used to be, right? But your club is your club's the same what it was 10 years ago. Still shit and still trophyless.
You're 11th. I don't want to hear it. It's not
Why is
even
that
a
real?
debate anymore. I don't want to hear it.
That's not real. It's made Photoshop, man.
Where we are in February though. We are in February. You lot might have lost 10 games.
It's Photoshop. I've never seen it. It only came out after the
You're
Spurs.
11th, yo.
Spurs fans literally photoshopped that, bruv.
Oh, mate. Just so I thought.
Oi, Lewis, you got any Kleenex for Bavs?
Oh my god.
Man said Phoenix for Babs, but I can't wait till it's North London derby week.
I can't wait. It's just the way that Babs made some valid points at that, and then Slav just went, "Yeah, you're 10th for them." You know what I'm saying? If you're 11th and lost 10 games, you know what I'm saying?
To be fair, right? All jokes aside, what I will say with Mikel Arteta is a lot of times people like to take things out of context. Like a lot of results, for example. Obviously, yeah, look, you're on paper. If you're a basic football fan, you go 10 losses, get them out of the club, out you go. But there's a reason why fans don't run the football club. Because fans would, make decisions off emotion. So look, it is what it is, man. I won't give my opinions until I give a reason to do so. And I always stand by it that I just don't think Arteta has the right players. But then saying that when we shouldn't be 11th, we should be high up the table. But the context I'll say, for example, is I can name you 43 games this year we should have won. But again, red cards or refereeing, for example. Let's go 3 games. Leicester at home, we should have won that comfortably in the first half. Chance after chance, miss. They go and score one goal on the counter-attack.
Auntie had balls,
hang on. Shut up, bruv. Shut up, but no one talks to the trophyless Spurs, bruv. Shut up for a second. Go look at the Carabao Cup, bruv. Right? I'm using context. Now you can shut your mouth for a second, right? We should win the Leicester game. We should. But fair enough, we don't. Right?
No,
the Wolves game is another example. We probably should have won that if it wasn't for the red card. We lose that game. Burnley at home, we're comfortably about winning that game, and then Xhaka goes sent off, and we go and lose that game 1-0 on our own goal. So that's 3 games, for example, that if marginal things go our way, which they probably would in normal situations, we get 9 more points. Now, if you had 9 points to Arsenal season, where are we in the league?
All right, but by that logic, if Sissoko didn't handball it in the Champions League final, we would have been winners of the Champions League.
If Spurs weren't shit, they'd still be shit, bruv. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, see, you can't even back your own logic up.
I don't need to back up your Spurs.
All you do is shout Spurs are shit. All you do is shout Spurs are shit because you can't back up your points.
I don't have to look. Me just saying Spurs is a violation in its own. I don't need to violate anymore.
So that's what I used to say when I was in year 9 about Arsenal.
Fair enough. In year 9, you still had no trophies, and you still have no trophies now.
What is this?
In year 9, you were still saying this is going to be our year. And they still
we
not
had
your year.
We had 26 major honours in our history, so saying no trophies.
Oh, and how many have you seen in your lifetime?
But that wasn't what you said, though. You
What was
didn't
it?
say in your lifetime.
Answer the question. How many have you seen in your lifetime? Answer the question.
2.
2. Okay, fair enough.
But that wasn't what your point was.
You might as well support Burnley, bruv.
How many have you seen, Babs?
5, 6, I believe.
No, he's seen quite a lot, but he's only been watching football. Because how old were you when you won the league in 2004? 3,
4,
2,
4.
You were born in 2000.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Lewis, block that fake me in the comments on a complete side note.
I've seen 2 league titles in my life.
Wait, why did you just have to think about what year you were born?
No, I said. What do you mean? No, I said 2004.
You were born in 2004.
No, I said Arsenal last won the league. I was 4 years old, 2004.
So you've never seen Arsenal win the league in your time, innit? Might as well.
Well,
yeah, you weren't watching football.
Are you giving me years from a Tottenham fan? How old is your dad? How old is your dad, bro? Respectfully. How old was your dad the last time Spurs won a league title?
The Invincibles.
Yes, I was, mate.
Yes,
I was, mate. Listen, I wasn't it. Look, Thierry Henry will back it, bruv. I was there. I've been a season ticket holder since 1886, mate. You just don't know I was there, mate.
Oh, I love the shamelessness, bruv. Hey, I will say.
No, I hear what Babs is saying. Like
not the Chelsea.
when Babs is saying that like a lot of their defeats are down to individual errors, mate, I think every single goal we've conceded is down to individual errors. If I look back at Wednesday night when we lost 5-4, for example, Lloris chucked one in. We gave away that weird penalty, which it was a penalty, but it was a bit harsh. Defensive missed the line, like the line across like to try and play them offside was genuinely like something you'd see on a Sunday morning in Hackney Marshes. It was dreadful. It's just individual mistake after individual mistake. The Chelsea game, Eric Dyer, individual mistake. Liverpool, 3 individual. It's the same every week. I hear what you're saying about individual mistakes. But you can't say. I don't think even for us. I don't think you can say if it wasn't for individual mistakes, we'd be here.
No,
because the fact is, those individual mistakes happened, and that's because those players are gonna play still. And will continue to make mistakes. We'll make a mistake when we concede tomorrow against Man City, however many we concede, and whenever it might be in the game. I guarantee it won't be a worldie. It will be an individual mistake. 100%.
So you're Jose in again?
No, it's not that I'm Jose in. It's just I said last week if we lost to West Brom, he is gone, but we didn't. And the performance at Everton, although defensively it was dreadful, going forward it was good. He will now keep his job regardless, unless we lose 6 in a row or something. So there is no point me being Jose in or out. I'm just seeing what happens. Like, I don't really, like, do you know what I mean? It's
so you're just following the vibe on it.
Vibes in it.
If I had to choose, if you ask me now, would I rather a new manager come in? I would say yeah.
So you get Mourinho out then? You're Jose out, innit? Just say it's calm, Slav. We're here for you, man.
But there is no manager coming. He's not going anywhere. What's the point?
Even though he's not going nowhere, doesn't still mean you can't be Jose out. I know Ollie ain't going nowhere. I'm still Ollie out.
I don't know. I think Ollie. I think Ollie.
Sky prick
is different.
Well, why? Nah, do you know what? But like, going back to Mikel Arteta though, people ask my opinions, but when I'll give them, they'll say, "Oh, you're deluded." So what? Can I not have opinions now? That's why I've always had an issue. If they go, "What's your opinion?" and I give it, and they go, "No, you can't have that. You have to be out." No, I'm in until the end of the season and see where it goes from there. Enough. And if people want to disagree with that, you can. But that's how it's gonna be all the time.
That's why with the options that you going on. I was just gonna say with the options thing, I expected you to pick B. I thought B is the most logical out of them, to be honest.
Yeah, it is the most logical. But I ain't going for logic, bro. Agendas before logic. Nah, but it's all jokes, man. But for me, yeah, as I said, I back the manager. I wanted to do well. I really wanted to do well at Arsenal, and it is probably because I've always said it from Mikel Arteta when I wanted him at Arsenal back in 2018. Even back then, you could argue why you want him back then. You could have Emery, you could have Allegri, but I just want Arteta at Arsenal. I wanted to see it at Arsenal, and as I said, that poll, all it showed to me was the Arsenal fans that want him out, as much as they can have their opinions, are the very, very small minority, but they're just very loud and they're very active. That's all it is.
All right, cool. Well, we're at the 1 hour point. I do think we need to wrap things up because we got to set up for Sarcasm City as well. Check that out on Sarcasm City TV at 8 p.m. Slav, final thoughts. Chat to me, G.
No, I said to you earlier, Liz, I was working today. Today I was doing a lot of driving for work. I ended up driving past pretty much every single Premier League stadium in London, and it was just kind of sad. Like I drove past Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, West Ham, Palace. I drove past all of them. It just made me like feel very nostalgic and a little bit sad, just like knowing that we just can't go. Like I know it's been like that for a while, but hadn't actually been to the stadium like outside or anything for a long, long time, and it was just kind of weird. Especially been at the Tottenham one, but even all of them.
It's weird going past grounds nowadays because
it's weird.
For a year now.
It's like they're now just like tourist attractions from afar. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just weird.
Basically, go past the bridge, just remember old memories. Go past fucking
exactly. It's just
Emirates. I remember Tammy scoring the winner then, the limbs afterwards.
Yeah, but you can still go for the Stamford Bridge. You can still go to your library, man. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Ha 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 ha! Hey, talk to me about the Emirates, bro. Biggest library in London.
And Sam goes to Tottenham's ground every day when he goes to the toilet.
Hey.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
I hear you still. I get you.
I love guys. We're out here. I hope you all enjoyed another episode of Premier League Pandemonium. We'll be back this time next week. might also be getting a
I'll be
Leicester
on
fan
time.
involved in the show as well. So stay
You say a
tuned.
Leicester fan?
Yeah, I might get a Leicester fan involved.
Okay.
In the panel too. Yeah, we'll
Big.
try and extend out a little bit as well. But guys, smash the like.
At
and
least
subscribe button
if
you
we
ain't
get a
done it
Leicester
already.
fan, Babs and I can be on the same team and tell them that they're not a top 6 club. Like, we
Why,
can
you're
battle
trying to scrape back
together.
into the top 6. That's why.
We can Babs. We can like put up. We can unite. We can unite.
Yeah,
and
we
battle
can.
together.
We can.
North London Army, innit?
North London FC, love to see it. Arsenal
Yeah,
and
man.
Spurs holding hands together in celebration. Love to see it, my guys.
Love to see it, man,
So
innit?
smash
You get me?
the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. Check out Sarcasm City. Check out Babs14. Check out Sam on Twitter as well. The link is down in the description below. Take care, like and subscribe. We out here, and we'll see you lot on Sarcasm City for 8 p.m. as well. Agenda FC, we move.